not working, and there's somebody coming up on me from behind where the encampment of people is that I don't associate with. I'm trying to hide. Um, just wanted to update everybody since yesterday. First of all, let me say I was informed about Jinky's announcement, and my heart and my prayers go out to her. You know, anytime the word cancer comes out, um, it sends me into a little bit of a tailspin, and I understand what you and your family are going through better than probably anybody, Jinkies. I don't watch you, and I don't know much about, but I will put you on the prayer list at our church, and I will be praying for you and your family. And my heart prayers go out to you. Um, those of you that were here yesterday know about my doctor visit, and I just want to thank all of y'all, Miss Kay, Miss Carrie, Miss Debbie, Miss Linda, Miss Pam, uh, Bush is the last name. I can't think of the first right now. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's part of the issues I'm having. Short-term memory parts. Miss Carrie, especially, thank you for talking to me and your nursing experience. Kind of, I've cried all night and all day. I'm scared. My mind has been one of my prized possessions, and the thoughts of losing it is scary. Um, the thoughts that I may or may not remember one day soon who I am, or about my son's struggle and what he went through, and that I won't remember him or my mom or dad or grandparents. But I went through burying him and losing him and watching him slowly deteriorate, or quickly. Once it metastasized, it was quick. But some of that, we think we'd like to forget. But if to forget it, I forget him. I don't know that I want that. You know what I mean, guys? It's scary. I just please understand that, and like Miss Carrie and I told me last night, with everything I've been through, especially in the past year, officially, as far as the government, as far as society is concerned, I'm homeless. Understand that. I don't have an address. I am not in an RV park. I don't have even electricity and water. I collected rainwater yesterday. That's how I save money and have water. And I'll boil it and re-put it in the, and re-chill it to make sure that it's pure. It's got to boil for 5 minutes at least. Know that. I'm just scared, you guys. I don't have anybody. And if it turns out when I get this blood work done and this MRI done, if it turns out that this doctor's right, and like he said, he's not the specialist, he's not the neurologist, that's not what he does, and then it's hopefully stress and other external environmental factors, I think is the way it was stated to me. I'm trying to make myself remember stuff, you guys, and things that are hard. It's kind of like I'm trying to think of an analogy. The best one I can give you is those of you that are short, or my terminology, vertically challenged, when you're on your tippy toes and you can almost touch what you're reaching for, but you just can't grab it. That's how it is with certain, you know, words or phrases or something that you're trying to say and get out there. You know what I mean? It's like you can see it and you can almost get it, but it's just out of your grasp. It's kind of where it is. The oil, I ended up having to buy 7 quarts of oil, and it was tax included. It was $6.14 per quart. Um, I think tax and all, it was just under $44. So again, thank you to Miss Kay, Miss Debbie, Mr. Butch, because without y'all, I wouldn't have been able to get that, and Pam, I wouldn't have been able to pay for that and the little bit of groceries that I got. I'm getting ready to stand out here with my sign and try to get about $4 more. I know somebody's gonna say, look at how specific she is. Listen, I'd love to get $40 more, but with $4 more, I can get another 6-pack of noodles. That's 6 days worth of meals, or 6 meals. And sorry, y'all. Another 6-pack of noodles, and 2 packs of either like chicken or tuna, you know, in the little cans or pouches, whichever's on sale and the cheapest. That way I can go ahead and make me up something and have a meal. I didn't eat today yet. I ate last night, and I'm so thankful and blessed for that. I've got to, so I'm going to hold up my sign out here at the stoplight, and hope that, you know, somebody will, heck, I'd be happy if they brought me a pack of noodles, to be real with you. I'd rather the food than anything else. And that's like yesterday, Pam sent me the gift card, the e-card for Walmart, and like she was like, you can probably get the cash. No, you can't, but I didn't want the cash. The Walmart gift card was just fine. It worked great. It was simple. It was easy, and you can't get cash back. You can't buy alcohol or tobacco, you know. So, you know, that's not what's being done with it. And like I told her, I'd be glad to take a picture of the receipt and send it to her from Wally World. I ain't got no problem with that. It would be a blessing, honestly. I think the door's is locked.
They closed?
The lobby part, the drive-thru's still open.
Okay. Thank
yes,
you.
ma'am. I just want you to have to go through all that.
All right.
Now see, they're open and I'm standing out in front of this business, so I just felt like it ain't like Walmart when there was nothing and a foot of snow on the ground that day. But anyway, oh, somebody's making a little car beep. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to update everybody and let them know that I'm okay, hanging in there. It's rough, I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time I try to remember something and forget it, I break down crying like a dummy. Can somebody make a comment? I just want to make sure that y'all can hear me and that it's working. Because I ain't got no comments from nobody at all. Okay, wow. I just hit a button and said top, and I had all marked, and it wasn't showing none. So, hey, Sparrow. Hey, Carrie. I didn't even see y'all. Real talk. So, I got Sparrow and Carrie. And hey, Kim. Power is in the word. Thank you for the prayers. No, I'm not in Kentucky. Hey, Thonka and Danielle and Lisa, Corey, and God bless you as well, Beastie. I don't know about the messages that YouTube held back. I can't see them. God bless America. He, she. I can't see what it says. Well, I'm nowhere near Minnesota, but thank you for that offer. Hey, Miss Justice. Hey, new gent. Our food pantry is currently closed. Um, Apparently, they're having a dispute again. It has to do with zoning regulations. The people in the community, my fellow citizens, they don't want it there. It moved from near an area called Riverside Drive, which is where all lawyers and doctors and dentists live. And they signed a petition, and when the 50-year lease expired, it moved across town to an area we call the bypass. It took the old Food Line grocery store building, matter of fact, and they were open for less than 4 months after being closed for 9. When they got hit with another petition, it was a Facebook group called Let's Really Talk Blank County. And I'm saying blank because I'm not putting out the name of the county where I'm at for my safety. And we've seen anybody that has a question about it, please ask one of my mods and they'll explain exactly what happened. And it happened during a live stream, unedited. I'm still being accused of saying the jerks did it. And let me say something. If I say somebody's a jerk, I'm not talking or that somebody did some jerk type shit or that they're a jerk for doing something. I'm not saying that they're one of the circle jerks. I'm saying they're a jerk. They're an asshole, okay? I don't think about them and study them and eat, sleep, and breathe them apparently like they do me. Hey, Lynette. I'm just seeing y'all's comments, so give me a moment to catch up. What say you? For Sheezy Weezy. Working, what's a Ulysses Arrow? No, I'm not in Texas. Somebody's saying when is 6767. I am able to get a full-time job. And for those of you that half-ass listen, I did not say I put 67 applications a day in. I said I had put 67 applications in over the past 9 days. And that I tried to at least put in 6 to 7 applications per business day. I don't waste Sunday putting in job applications. And I'm praying that somebody calls back. And Hunty, I have a list and a rotation. And I call them. I'm going to bug somebody until they give me a job. I show up in person. Showered, well-groomed and well-manicured, you know. I save the time and the money that it takes because I got to pay to take a shower. Or, well, I did before I figured out something that I can do it daily now. And I do feel better about myself being able to do that. As long as I have gas in there, I can get there. Let's see. And pray that I find a job. I filled out paperwork this week that I'm on call for a local, like, fast food restaurant. If somebody calls in, they're going to call me and let me come in and work for them. That's the way that I'm proving my ability to do the job, my work ethic, and how bad I want it. So amen to that one, okay? That's right, we're going to get some good news, amen. Somebody is streaming me. Well, if they're re-streaming me right now, they're in copyright law violation. And please report them to YouTube. because I don't give permission for nobody to stream me because nobody's asked. If they would ask, I probably would just say yes, but it's disrespectful and I wouldn't do that to them, so I hope they wouldn't do that to me. Can somebody just type something in the chat right now so I can see that the messaging is caught up? Because I had to keep hitting buttons back and forth. Y'all had made a lot of comments and I wasn't seeing any of them. What's up, Cray Cray 420? Tommy, I haven't asked for anything, but since you asked, if anybody'd like to send me about $4 to $5, I'd be greatly appreciated. I have Chime, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Go for it. Where'd you go to, AP? You said you left the USA. Where'd you go to? By the way, I sent Tommy to timeout because I hadn't even said nothing. And I'm being a kid. Let me say this. That point, he just proved my point. I have not asked for a penny. I've not said nothing about any of the Cash App super stickers. I've not said none of that. Not even the parts that YouTube tells us to do daily. Live stream, I've not said please hit the thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe. I haven't said any of that. Any of that. Nothing. Hadn't even asked for that, the free things. But I'm being accused of it. So why not? If I'm going to get drugged and crap talk to me and about me like I'm doing it, why not do it? For real. I asked you for $1. Well, okay, take. Can I have another $1? It's been a week. Working on for years, and I've done a lot of research, and it took me forever to put a plan together. What's the plan, AP? Where did you go, and what's your plan? I'm kind of scared. Hey, Tracy, North Carolina. Yeah, it gets dark early here. Jake, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. Well, I'm glad you're happy and better off. That's what matters, right? Jake, I'm going to send you to the party with Tommy. How about that? Your mama's a crackhead. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you're happy. It sounds like you went to heaven. I don't know why I do either. Normally, I probably wouldn't. But it's been a hard year. It's been a difficult past year. I swear, thanks to God, I found prayer and some inner peace and fulfillment that I really never felt before in life. And I'm still angry though, and it's hard. I feel like I'm kind of torn on the inside. I was very, very angry with God for taking my son and my mom and my son's father and my dog and my stepdaddy and my steppapa and my home for over 30 years. I was angry. There's still a part of me that doesn't understand why. I mean, I've gotten God's answer and I'm digesting. I'm trying. But my son was a good youngin' and he had accomplished what God wanted him to do here on this earth. I have work still to do. And I don't care what nobody says or wants to say about me. Let me say this. I'm doing everything I can to follow God's law and rules. Because I want to go to heaven. I want to see my son again. Jesus' name I pray. And I want to not have this anger and evil feelings in my heart. That's why I rebuke Satan in the name of Jesus Christ. Say amen. Why? Because I still don't understand. I get it, but I don't understand. I don't know how to explain it to nobody beyond that. It's hard because I love God and I believe in the Word. The lobby's closed.
Oh, is it?
The drive-thru's still open.
I can't make it to the drive-thru.
Let me check something. Psst. I didn't tell you. Just go in that door. They didn't lock it. Let me walk around the corner so I don't see you, okay? But this door is not locked.
There's not real many places open right now.
I know.
We're 2.5 hours away from home. We just picked up a truck in the mountains.
Go in this one. That one's locked.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. I ain't seen nothing. I just seen you with the babies, you know. You're welcome, honey. I ain't seen nothing. That wasn't bad, was it, y'all? Let's see. Let me read y'all's comments, and I am going to get off here because I got to go hold up my sign and hopefully come up with about $4 or $5 and get the couple things I need to last me till Tuesday. But look, see, this is my sign. God bless is at the bottom. And I just hope and pray, I don't know that I'll ever recover, to be honest with you. I get that. What does Jesus or any religion have to do with any of this? Well, Jesus and my religion has everything to do with it. Prayer and belief in God is what's got me through losing my child and all my family. It sure wasn't the government. It sure wasn't the government and FEMA or Elon Musk and their fake promises and everything else throughout Helene. It wasn't that. That definitely is not what got me through. It still has me standing here walking and talking. It was my mustard seed of faith that no matter what happened, I had to hold on to. If I didn't have that faith, I wouldn't be standing here. And by the way, let me say emphatically, if anybody ever says that I did something to unalive myself, please know that it's just not true. It's simply not true. It is totally against my faith and my beliefs. Period. Yes, the anger is of the devil. You are right, Miss Kim. And it's hard. And I'm telling you, I own it. If I sit here and try to tell y'all I was perfect in my beliefs in God and I wasn't angry or sad or upset or whatever anymore, wouldn't that be a lie? Wouldn't that be dishonest? Wouldn't that be me lying? And isn't that one of the biggest sins, one of the 10 commandments, thou shalt not lie? I'm just saying. How old was he when he passed? He was 28 when he was diagnosed with brain cancer. It's glioma with a G of the left frontal lobe. And he just turned 31. We lost him on February 20th and his birthday is January 13th. I was lucky. I got one last Christmas, one last Thanksgiving, one last New Year's, one last birthday, one last Valentine's Day. It's just that deterioration and everything's hard to watch. I think it might have been better if it had been like Mama. It just happened out of the blue. But I had to watch her suffer too. Mama was in Asheville Memorial Hospital by ambulance. And at the same time, my son was in Duke Medical Center by medevac as well. They both got airlifted. Imagine that, being a single mother and an only child. And at the same time, you got mama and son in different hospitals. It was hard. Well, bro, everything else I've kind of been able to learn to let go of, you know. The losing the home, I'm still angry over. And losing my son, I'm still angry at two different entities, I guess you'd say. Losing the home, I'm mad at our government for their failure.
Thank you again, dude. No problem, man.
Y'all have a blessed night and be safe. Yeah, losing my home, I'm mad at the government. Losing my son, I was very angry at God and questioned my faith a lot. It was hard because I lost Mama December 19th and then my son February the 20th. And then his daddy March the 4th. It was like bam, 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 you know. Pie in the sky, don't say that, honey. There is a God. Do you believe in the devil? I'm just asking for a friend. No, honey, I'm angry because I don't understand why God took my son and left me here. I've lived a full life. He was my baby, literally. He was 1 minute younger than his twin sister. That's how she won every argument they had. I'm the oldest, so you got to do what I say. Well, I'm not a fucking bum, Alpro. I've never been known as that in my life, you know. If some motherfuckers around here that owe me money for over 10 years would pay me, I probably would be okay right now. If I could get a job instead of being told I'm too old and infirm or being judged immediately because I've been working somewhere and as soon as they find out I'm homeless, I'm fired. I'm so like I'm gonna tell them, hey, I'm homeless. Can you give me a job? It's like here, they were nice. They wanted to buy me a meal and stuff and asked me could they buy me a meal. This is the manager. The girl's telling me when he ain't there how they had 3 people call in and how she's worked 60-some hours this week and everything. And I have 27 years on the job experience in food service. I left Hardee's Corporation, a franchise, as a general manager. He told me they weren't hiring here. They didn't have no openings. But he wanted to buy me a meal. Yes, my PayPal does work. Yes. If my mods will just run the links, it'd be great. Just post each one of them one time. Be fine. See, Alpro, I'll tell you something. You expect to bury your mom and dad and your grandparents, you know, and aunts and uncles. Maybe even a classmate, you know, and cousins and whatnot. But we are not conditioned, raised, whatever you want to say, to bury our children. How many kids do you have, Alpro? Just wondering. And are you a man or a woman? Because I believe personally that it's harder on the mama than the daddy. Not to say dads don't feel the grief and the pain. Please do not take it that way. But we as a mama, we carry that baby inside of us for 9 months. It's a part, physically. That child is a part of us. And there's a piece of me that can never be replaced. Ever. Well, whoever said Carrie is bothering you, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I love you too. Sue Myers, love you. Oh, hold on, I didn't even know. Okay, I don't know what name to use, so I will use your first name, okay? I will use the first name because you said not to say your full name. So thank you, Chris, for your PayPal. I didn't know it came through. I had notifications turned off so that it doesn't give me copyright issues. Y'all know YouTube is like that. Do you know a mustard seed's roots go deep for water? They are strong. Yes, I said yesterday that I feel like that these past 3.5 years of my life have not only taught me about faith and loyalty and love, but also I have learned to be like water or the tree, to hold firm to where I stand and let the wind and the storm bend me but not break me. And like water, I bend with the wind and the terrain so that I survive. I don't want nobody to be sorry. I want you to hear my message and give God a chance. I feel like if I continue to pray and hold to His word, and you've got to be willing, understand, like a job is not just going to fall in my lap and be like, here I am, I'm a job. I've got to be willing to get off my ass and go work for it. So I will walk wherever I got to walk. If it's 14 miles a day, every day I'm doing it. And I can tell, my breathing is getting better. I guess from the cardio, my legs are strong as they can be for my age, Somebody told me in the past 5 years I've aged 20, and you're right, I have. And I'm sorry. That's what stress and pain and grief will do to you. Until you've walked even 15 minutes in my shoes, please stop judging me. Because God said, judge not, lest ye be judged. People in glass houses, the ones that want to talk shit and judge me and tell me how I should be doing and what I should be saying and shouldn't be saying. What about you? Ain't there somebody probably in your life that has downed you or talked shit to or about you? I cry. I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you the truth. Here you go. I'm a Gen Xer. Let me see your comments right quick. Let's see. Tony, have you heard about the storm called Helene that It was a year ago as of this past September. Helene, the hurricane that tore up from Florida all the way Tennessee and Virginia, it caused widespread flooding and demolished homes. I was actually lucky. A tree just fell on it, you know. FEMA got involved and they declared area disaster area, the entire state. And then it was declared unlivable, and I had so much time you can't live in it because of the tree and stuff and it being in the bathroom. Long story short, FEMA did offer $5,000 for damages. That wasn't a loan that you had to repay, and I tried to get it. And I had my right to survivorship and my executrix papers for the estate. And the bottom line is the property was in my mother's name and she was deceased shortly before her lien. There was no end way around it. She had to sign for the loan. They wouldn't do it for me. So to avoid them declaring it unlivable and kicking us out or whatever, and then even if the mortgage was paid and the taxes paid, the mortgage company could still foreclose on the property. It was a loophole. So I had to sell quickly and get under contract before they could get us into court, which I did. I was able, because you inherit debt the same way you inherit anything else. And at the age of 76, my mother passed away with not $1 to pay towards burial, expenses, none of that. She had less than $20 total in checking and savings. Like, literally, it was under $19 when she passed away. And I'm an only child, as I said earlier. In the state of North Carolina, I inherited all her debt. It's $15 to close an estate and 17% of the value of non-liquid and liquid assets up front to open the estate. I went through all that. It was a lot. God doesn't hurt us. No, but the devil will. Free will, not God. I got you. Yes, that's what I hope for, is discernment and understanding. Nobody says that. Okay, whatever. Amen to the social media. Luckily, that hasn't been the issue. I love you too, Sue. I agree. Kicking somebody while they're down is very cowardly. Our fate is sealed. I do believe that our fate is like written in. God has written it, you know. But I believe that we all have two stories that he wrote, if that makes sense. We can choose this path or that path. And then there's choices along the way. In other words, God gives us certain opportunities and choices, and we make of them what we choose. I firmly believe that. I've made mistakes. I've made bad choices. But I thought at the time that I was doing the right thing or what was best. It is what it is. We all have made mistakes, you know. Sarah, I park where I can. Where I legally can. And it's few and far between, and getting even more, because just like they don't want a food pantry, they don't want us to be able to have a free mailbox or a free shower anymore. They don't want homeless here. Besides, we're one of the most beautiful towns in the U.S. Doesn't that ruin everything, huh? We don't want to ruin it all. I refuse to give up, you guys. The thing is, I don't know how to give up. I don't. I'm worried right now this phone might blow up. The back, where the battery is kind of starting to bow out. I don't know why. I refuse, Kim, to give up on my faith. Thank you. Thank you. Breathe right stops. You know, I've never tried them. I don't know. I know all this mucus and stuff is just pouring out, but I am on, I think, day 6 of the antibiotics and decongestant and everything. My chest is still bothering me, but I was diagnosed, with severe acute bronchitis and walking pneumonia on my lower right lobe. No, debt does not. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No. Debt does not die with people. I refuse. It depends on your contract. I hate to tell you, but it does not. It does not. Does not. Does not. Discover card that my mother had that we didn't know about. Trust and believe. They are recovery agents every day reaching out to me and trying to get in touch with me, apparently for that card. So no, ma'am. No. It does not. You want to call somebody. Please don't give false information. K444. Honey, I'm sorry. Debt does not die with you. I thought the same thing. I thought the exact same thing. It does not. Just like you inherit, go ask any attorney. Go up to the courthouse, into the civil division, go to your estates division. Don't take my word for it. Go to your local courthouse or call them. Call your estate and wills division of your local courthouse and ask them if debt dies with you. No, it doesn't. They waited on my mama's car. They let me pay 14 payments. There was one payment left and it was paid off 10 days after I made the second to last payment. On the 11th day, they sent somebody from Georgia to repossess her car. He wouldn't even take the key fobs. They were cowards the way they did it. They would not allow me to buy it back. See, normally they have to hold it for 10 days and you can buy it back. But no, and it's Capital One. Anybody over the age of 50, if you do a contract with them for a loan, ask about their death clause. They had a clause that invalidated the contract and made the property returned to them. I'm still trying to find them because we only owed $51. And even when you add the maximum amount of fees that they're allowed to add to what they sold it for and what was owed, they still owe my mother's estate over $7,500. Overheating, okay. I don't think I'll get a battery. I think I'm on Straight Talk. Hopefully I can get one the way I got this one. A lot of times, every so many months, they'll have a phone that's newer, but a new version is getting ready to come out. Like the 2025 version is out now, and say the 2026 is about to hit in the next 30 days. They'll put the older model on sale or free with your monthly service plan. Usually, the last time I normally get the $35 plan, it's their cheapest. The month that I bought this one, I had to get the $45 plan, but I got the free phone and the month service. Now I'm trying to do that. I don't have cigarettes in my hand. Oh, and I've never, who is this? Mac Parker, suck my ass. I bet you can have toenail clippings, hair follicles, eyelashes, saliva, poop, whatever you want. You will not find alcohol. I don't drink. I'd rather have a Pepsi or a Sundrop as a beer or wine or liquor. So tell your mama to put it down. That pissed me off. I'll never do away with the gift of life, period. I don't know what cards you mean to stop using. I don't understand. Honey, ain't nobody been using the card. The hell's wrong with you? And they know she's passed. What is wrong with you people? Of course they know she's passed. Honey, the funeral home notifies them electronically. Within 15 minutes, it's there. Something's wrong with you, Mac. Something's wrong with you. Maximum strength sinus, Dollar General. Okay. Okay. Good to know. One last question, too, for those of you. Has anybody heard from Rhonda Moon? Or does anybody know how to get in touch with Miss Rhonda? Oh, real quick, too. I want to add something about Nancy Guthrie while I can. I'm going to have to start walking here in a minute because I'm out in front of this business and they're about to close. And the popo can get me for loitering or trespassing, y'all. So anyway, real quick, Nancy Guthrie, let me tell y'all this. She was in the bed. She did not hear them trying to break in or come in. The 40-some minutes, they don't know that that person was in there, first of all, for all 40-some minutes. What they know is that the front camera went off and said a person triggered it. That's one. Two, they know what time that her pacemaker separated from the app on her phone and watch. That's two. Three, what I found out is Nancy wore hearing aids that were extremely strong and took them out and laid them on the table where her watch was charging beside her bed. That's what her children have told, all of her children have told, was her history. So she didn't hear the people enter. Again, I stand by. I think that full backpack that the person had on contained a few items. One, I think it was a tarp to make it easier to move. Two, there was a car hidden somewhere in the area that they was close by, whether it was a second individual driving to pick them up and use of a walkie-talkie, like, you know, the little two-way cheapo walkie-talkies from the dollar store. $5 to $8 for the set type thing that you buy a grandbaby. That's all they needed to comment and talk to each other, you know. And I think there were, personally, I'm wondering about an external hard drive so that everything could be downloaded from her system to theirs. There's a whisper, allegedly, an allegation has been made by someone in the neighborhood, I'll put it that way, that a flash drive is missing. If the motivation was monetary, it was a white-collar criminal that intended to get the money through electronic wire transfers that could be dispersed to multiple accounts before the alarm was raised the next day. If that makes sense to anybody. Thank you for the little gift present. Laughing Disco. I like that, L chick. I've never seen that. That's a new one. Thank you for the well wishes. I appreciate that. Pie, you're kind of horrible. Y'all pray for Rhonda, and if somebody sees her, let her know that we're looking for her and that we're praying for her. She does this on occasion. And I'm really worried because of the Bernstein files and Rhonda's history with satanic, ritualistic SA. I'm afraid this is a huge trigger for her, maybe more than she can deal with. That's all. I'm hungry right now. That's how I feel. How do you feel today? Tell us. The other thing I want to tell y'all about Nancy, we were right. We said that was two different people on two different days, backpack, no backpack. Going by moon phases and what we can see in the sky, I'm thinking the January the 11th, and that's why they were asking for neighbors to pull out Ring camera or any kind of camera footage from that date specifically. And if you look, the rocks and several plants are in different positions in the two pictures, because Nancy had a regular landscaper come by. We've seen them, and the pool guy and the locksmith that she had on, kind of on staff. Kind of like the bug man comes ever so often and scheduled. That being said, that's in itself irrefutable proof. I think the Kia Soul is correct for the car. Please remember that when we are looking at infrared cameras, what is white, what looks white is actually black, and what looks black is actually white. We learned that when we were looking at Backpack Guy. Did you guys check out the video? There is a video that I have put up in the community tab section. Monk's Intrigue, I believe is the channel name. It's about seeing it in the eyes. Please go over there, go watch that. And when I come live later, let's discuss. Okay? Used to be homeless. My mom and I would go. So yeah, I did that. That's why I was here. I did get to see my grandson. It was wonderful. And y'all, he's going to be playing indoor soccer again. He's so excited. He said that that's his favorite sport, is the soccer. He's tried football, soccer, and basketball, and he wants to keep playing soccer. Love you always too, 92010. I can't see. Nope, not our KFC here. They're owned by Full and Winder Enterprises. They can't even take it. They have to count it. They're on camera. And if they don't throw it in the trash, and the people above, whoever did it, long story short, they fire them. It's sad. They don't do that where I'm at now. It's not KFC. But I don't want to put the name of the business out, because anybody that knows what town I'm in will know exactly where I'm at based on the business name, because we ain't got but one of them in my town. All right, you guys. Peace, love, and light. See y'all all later.